wrong. Well, it is now official. No more regular season, no extended version of the playoffs, and for the first time since 1904, no World Series, Brendan.
It's not pretty. Yogi Berra said it ain't over till it's over. He was talking about the 73 Mets. Now Yogi could say this one's definitely over. The World Series has been played on in the midst of two world wars, in the midst of the Depression era, but now in 1994, in the midst of the greed era in Major League Baseball. No World Series. No more baseball this year. TSN's Rod Smith reports.
The season was officially canceled with a press release issued by Major League Baseball, supported by the signatures of every team but two, the Baltimore Orioles and the Cincinnati Reds. Later, as a fitting symbol of how far apart the players and owners are, Bud Selig and Donald Fehr held news conferences in two separate cities, each reminding us of the reason there will be no World Series, the salary cap.
Like a lot of things in life, you anticipate something and fear that it's coming, hope that it isn't. And when the day is here, there's an incredible amount of sadness.
There appeared to be no urgency, no desire to go to any extraordinary lengths to find an agreement. Every reason to believe, given the calmness with which this announcement was preceded, that this was something the owners had long since, weeks if not months ago, come to accept as necessary.
We just can't continue to do business as usual. I'm all fascinated by the still portrayal of the greedy owners versus the greedy players. That's not what this was about, and that's not what this is about.
Now that we know the season is over, there are many questions concerning baseball's future. The owners' willingness to suffer the loss of the playoffs rewards them with the greater leverage for next year. They may unilaterally invoke the salary cap and use replacement players while trying to break the union. The players, meanwhile, are considering various legal challenges in response. The first is next week in Washington, when a congressional hearing begins to examine baseball's longtime exemption from U.S. antitrust law. Removing that exemption means owners could not legally impose a cap unilaterally.
Fundamentally, it seems to me, what the clubs want to do is they want to say, we are the only employers, and we can make up all the rules we want to about how and when people can look for jobs in this profession. And since we're immunized under the antitrust laws, you have to take it.
I know the short-term pain is intense, but I'll say what I've said to many of you, either independently or collectively. If this can serve as the impetus to constructing a long-range solution that solves the very terrible economic problems that we have and stops the social and economic problems that would have occurred in many places if we don't come to that solution, then maybe there will be some good that will come from this.